he was on ankle monitor, why wasn't he already at home? And if not, why did the police not go ahead and get him? Because he's probably on a curfew as well.
Any number of things could have happened if they didn't find the kid with the gun in his backpack.
Another teen arrested for a felony, charged with committing the crime while under DJS supervision and wearing an ankle monitor. This time, the victim found shot to death. Joining us now with the next step in changing the system that many argue is broken, legal expert Yuripzy Morgan. Good morning, Yuripzy.
Good morning.
We see that it's happening time and time again. A lot of people are now starting to write to the governor saying, hey, you need to change the leadership at DJS. Do you think that can happen anytime soon?
I think it absolutely should happen. And for a governor who says he's been so focused on the state of Maryland and the issues with juvenile crime, this should be a top priority for him. Like, I realize that it's campaign season and he's all over the place as a surrogate, but really what needs to happen is real leadership and real change at the Department of Juvenile Services. It was his own Vincent Schiraldi, who he appointed as secretary, who has this philosophy about dealing with juveniles that I think is completely at odds with what needs to happen in Maryland to keep people safe.
And you touched on that point right there, though. He was, this is Governor Moore appointee. I mean, vetted and appointed, he put him in there. So do you think that would reflect poorly then on the governor to say, okay, we need to go a different direction?
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, as you know, when things get political and the process is very, it's kind of boring, right? How many people really know how these people get appointed to these positions? And just for the public to understand, Governor Moore gets to pick who the head of the Department of Juvenile Services is. It's Vincent Schiraldi. There were hearings in which this person was vetted, and there were a lot of questions that were raised, including by Democrats who said, hey, I don't know about this guy's philosophy. He has kind of a weird track record in New York. We're not sure that this is the right fit for Maryland. And Governor Moore vouched for him and said, this is the person that I want. This is the philosophy that I want. And now we are seeing the results of that.
12 to 14 juveniles per DJS agent. Is that too much? I mean, a lot of people are saying, you know, that's on par for other states. But when you start seeing that these youth having an ankle monitor on, breaking their jurisdictions and not being found or being tracked down after the violent act, some are looking to that saying, okay, wait a minute, there's too many juveniles per person.
Absolutely. I think it's relative. We should look at those numbers relative to the issue specifically in Maryland. And what we're seeing now is that the system that DJS has, the ankle monitoring, the GPS monitoring, which is apparently not telling us much other than where this person is, but not stopping them from doing any bad behavior. I think it needs to be looked at in the context of Maryland and what specifically is going on here. It may work in another state to have that many juveniles per agent, but in Maryland, it's clearly not working.
Yuripzy, the last question then for you. Then, if you are frustrated with what's going on and don't see a change, we're even hearing from some parents of some of the suspects and also from the victims. What can they do? What should they do to reach out to make sure that they have the biggest impact?
Listen, I'll tell you, every single politician cares about what the voters have to say because they either want to get reelected or they want to move on to another office. So the best thing you can do is contact the governor's office, contact your local official, your state senator, contact them and let them know that you want to see a change. And I promise you there will be a change.
Yuripzy Morgan, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.